Hey there, Adam Frensley back here again for yet another exercise that I like to throw into the counter rotation series. And like the tube hold, this is one that we do on our feet. So I call it a single leg rotation hold. We're going to show a couple different techniques through it. So we stand on our foot, bring one knee up so it's at least as high as your belt line. And you want to make sure through the exercise that you make sure that you're not starting to lose that height, okay? Now, we're going to come over it, okay? So I don't want this happening. I want you to be able to round over it. I want you to feel like the abdominal wall is being used. You're going to get your hands out, okay, like you would. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to close, and then we're going to open, and everything moves together. Okay, the knee stays up. I'm really, really feeling my abdominal wall tie everything together. Everything moves together. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I'm going to show you one more before we go into in-depth explanation. Holding, the knee stays up. I'm staying over top of it. You can see I'm not pulling away from it, which puts me off balance. Okay, and coming back in. Okay, now we want to set up almost like a cross. So when I bring my knee up, my knee and my chin are over top of each other on the vertical axis. My hands are across from each other on the horizontal axis. I want to keep all of those things together, and I want to move them together in one piece, okay? So at any point in the movement, everything should be completely together, as opposed to, I'll see the leg starts to move because that's a little bit easier, and then this hand will move, and then this hand will move, and it becomes disjointed. It also turns the core off. What will end up happening is it'll become an extremity-based movement instead of a core-based movement, and that's what we're trying to get away from when we play. So once again, everything moves together. If you have to line yourself up in front of a mirror, you can do that, although it's difficult to look at yourself when you do this because it's hard enough as it is. Stay over top. Everything moves together. Out of your periphery, you should be able to see if everything is absolutely synchronized. Hold at the outside. You can see that the farther I go, I put a bit of a bend in my knee to be able to allow myself more rotation. So it's a very slow movement, right? We don't want to go fast because that means we'll just kind of cheat our way through our weak aspects of that arc, okay? But it trains everything to move together instantly instead of being left behind. Okay? All right, so now we can increase the level of difficulty. Once you've got really good command of just doing it with your body, now we can bring a Swiss ball into play, which is going to really, really make us be strict and be able to make sure we fix all of these points so they have to move together. It's significantly harder as far as balance and proprioception, but it's definitely one that you want to be able to use. So I just hold the Swiss ball on my chin, on my knee, and on my hands. Everything has to move together. And it's very core driven. Okay, once again, that way everything has to move together and you really challenge your nervous system and you really program in really good sequencing. Okay, so but make sure you master the body weight first. Usually, I like to do this barefoot. Shoes are on right now, but I like to go barefoot on it because it really is good for the proprioceptors in the foot and also in the ankle. And you'll actually feel this a tremendous amount in your ankle. As you know, the goal here too, one thing that I actually should have mentioned is you really want to fight to keep on one foot. And that's also a really good mental practice to see how much battle and fight you do have before you sort of give up, right? So if you start to get off balance, we don't want to be like, okay, trying to stop and fix it. Try to fix it in the moment. Try to be able to battle through it, okay? It's going to teach you, you're going to learn much more from it rather than kind of doing like a mini reset because it's not perfect, right? So as I come through here, if I start to get off balance, fight it. Even if you have to stop where you are, stay in it, okay? And come back smooth instead of like feeling off balance and then you like want to try to catch yourself, right? It's a bad habit to get into. You don't need to do it. trust yourself to stay in the movement and to self-learn, okay? And that way you'll strengthen. Maybe it's a certain part of the arc that you're weak in, and you always sort of wobble and touch down. Well, now you're creating a bad habit. So try to struggle through that weak point, because that's the only way you're going to be able to strengthen yourself out of it. Okay, but you will start to feel the longer the whole set, and I usually recommend about 7 repetitions if you're going very, very slowly. Bare feet, you'll start to feel the bottom of your feet really light up, and then your ankle, and then it'll work its way up your leg. It'll just get really, really, really warm. But this is great because it's a great strengthener for that single leg, especially as we rotate. So kind of a nice secondary effect. So anyways, give that a shot, enjoy that, use that as part of your workout, and we'll see you again next time.